Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. Today we're talking about Aqua Garden. There is a new edition getting reprinted. We are very excited about that. All right, this is designed by Tatsuka Chuo, and it is published by Uchi Bakoya. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced any of those, but let's talk about...
Not if. I'm so sorry for mispronouncing
yes,
that.
that's very fair. So let's talk about Aqua Garden. Aqua Garden, basically, this is where every player is in charge of their own aquarium. You are going to be drafting fish from this track, and this track kind of operates the same way that Tokaido does. So you have a chance to kind of go ahead, jump to anywhere on the track that you want to, but you can never go backwards, and it's not your turn again until everyone is in front of you. Or you can kind of hang it back and take kind of all the leftovers people left behind, and in that way you get a few more turns, but they might not be exactly what you're looking for. There's also going to be some opportunities for some income. Income is going to be used to buy some more coral, buy some seaweed, maybe buy some extra fish for your markets as well, or for your aquariums as well. You have an asynchronous ability that you're able to use to get income. There's also kind of a rondel thing going on, kind of dictating where you can put your fish in which aquariums, based off where your employees are located. And so you have kind of an asynchronous way that you can earn income with that track, but also there's spots on the board where you can earn money as well by doing advertising and basically saying, hey, my fish has, or my aquarium has the most amount of this kind of fish, or whatever the case is, and because I have some sea turtles, I'm going to get some income because of my advertising. All right, there is milestones that you could achieve. There's like a picture-perfect style of, aquarium that people are looking for. And if you're able to be one of the first people to build it, you're going to get extra points and rewards. There's an oxygen level. Each one of your aquariums has a certain level of oxygen that the fish, because fish need oxygen too, right?
Yeah.
But say one whale shark takes up all the oxygen in a whole tank. Or you can have a whole bunch of little guys in one tank. But you can also add seaweed to kind of up the amount of oxygen that is in each one of these tanks. So there's all these different ways that you can manipulate. But also, you don't want to draft sharks and put them in with little fish because the sharks will eat the little fish. But you can't put in turtles unless there's seaweed because the turtles need the seaweed to survive. There's all these extra rules that you need to make sure that you're placing things in the right tank to get the most amount of points and to make sure they don't get dead.
Yeah. They don't get dead.
All right, so that's kind of the overall vibe of what's going on in Aqua Garden. You are just making these aquariums, making them be as lucrative as possible and have the most amount of fun getting these cool fish.
Yeah, even though there might be a lot of criteria to play fish, I really did like at the bottom of the board, they had all of that clearly spelled out. So I could plan ahead on other people's turns of how much oxygen certain fish out, what a criteria needs to be met to play something, what things can't be played together. I liked that it was all on the board with me. You all know how I like a player aid, and I like that the player aid was like on the board, so I didn't have to have an additional piece of paper. I also really liked those milestones. So each animal, each type of fish has its own milestone. There's a variety. You just play with one per fish per game, and what I really liked about it is it kind of gave you a direction of what you wanted to draft. If there's a milestone that you were going to try to go for, an aquarium piece that you wanted to make happen. So I just really like when a game helps me out by giving me a direction to go, and that everybody can achieve all of them. It's not like if you get it, now nobody else can, you just don't get as many points. But I really liked that you have a direction to go and a certain fish or groupings that you're going to go after.
Money can be a little bit tight in this game, and money is super important if you are looking for very specific things, or it's also the only way to get the coral and the seaweed. And coral and seaweed are good for a couple different things. First of all, the seaweed, like I mentioned, adds to your oxygen level. It's required for turtles, but also it adds... the coral adds to your points. So you want points, you want to have more capacity, you want all those things. But in order to do that, you have to shell out some money. So you have this interesting choices to make where you have to choose to take a fish or to land on one of the spots that gives you advertising and income. In which case you might get a lot of money based off of previous things that you've done. But you can't do it right away because it has to do with things that you've already done. So you have to therefore build up a certain amount of fish so that when you do your advertising, you have some income coming in for that. But then also you have a kind of a stagnant, low-level income always happening as you're kind of going around the board as well on your little kind of personal rondel. So you have a little bit of income coming in steadily there, but if you want to make those big pushes, you got to kind of earn those and work towards those. And in that way, then that opens the door for you to get more things so that you can do more things.
There's also a seaboard. So while you're going around this the rondel is your board, while you're going around and getting placing your dude at different places to get fish or to get money. There's an additional board, and this has all of the seaweed and all of the coral and then a few additional fish. But what's really awesome about that is you have to have it seaweed and coral in order to make some of these objectives, in order to make things happen. You can't just happen to get it. So I really like that it's available for all players. Like these two things that everybody's going to need, in order to complete the goals on their aquarium is available to all players. Yeah, you can't like collect any money. Like you have to spend money on it. You have to gather money in order to do that. But I just really liked how in this area, the things that everybody needs is available for everybody. You don't have to hope you can land in the right place or hope that something comes out.
I am a big proponent of good rule books, and this rule book was actually really nice. It had not a lot of pictures, which pictures always kind of help people who are especially visual people. It kind of had walls of text, which is a little bit like off-putting at first, but as I was reading it, it was unbelievably clear, which is kind of unbelievable. This is a translation from another language, and I was, whenever you have that, and a lot of games have that if they're coming from the Asian market or from the European market or whatever, and you can usually tell that there's problems because of that. And there was a couple of small minor things, but overall the flow and the layout was super smooth, very accessible, even if it was mostly text. We sat down and played it for the first time. I even taught it to someone the first time I played it also. I taught it to our daughter, and instantly got it because it was just that smooth, that clear, laid out in the exact right order. I was really, really impressed, and I was expecting more problems, and there wasn't any other than just super minor spelling type things and just little things like that. I really appreciated that. One thing I do want to point out, it says 1 to 4 players on the box. 3 to 4 is what they meant to say. 3 players is where the main mode kicks in. 4 players is you use the full amount of all the fish. 1 player has its own variant. 2 players has its own variant. They use this kind of an AI character to make it feel more like 3. So 1 player, you treat it like a 4 player. 2 player, you treat it like a 3 player. But then 3 and 4 feel like 3 and 4. So it's kind of weird. So just keep that in mind. If you're playing this 1 or 2 players, it is not, those are variants within the 3 or 4 player systems. Another variant that I want to talk about is there's this advanced fish. There's actually quite a few expansions for this, and I hope that those also kind of reprint along with the new Aqua Garden reprint as well, because there's some really neat expansions for this. But some kind of, I guess you can call it like a mini expansion almost, that comes in this are these advanced animals. There's a manta ray, there is there's 2 of them, there's a little octopus, and they all do new and interesting things, and they score in new and different interesting ways that kind of all the other fish are kind of all scored the same way. This one's just worth 2 points, this one's worth 3, this one's worth 4, that kind of thing. These are more like, this one scores a base value of 2 plus more for every one of XYZ. So there you could add those in and kind of ramp up the complexity and the scoring variability, or you can leave them out and have a more simple play. So for your first time through, I would definitely say play it 3 or 4 players and play it without the advanced rules, without the advanced animals. And then from there on out, you'll know everything you need to play 1 or 2 players and with the advanced rules.
Overall, this game was visually stunning. I really liked all the fish tokens. It looks really cool. I liked drafting them to my little aquarium. It was really cute all over the board. You had like these tall little meeple figurines that were over the board, and these little ones because it was parents with their kids. Anyway, I really liked that. But the big thing about this is that action selection, what do you even call that?
Just the track, the fair track is what they call it.
Yeah, the fair track. So I liked that a lot. I actually really liked it a lot, so much so that this game, even though it's not the same, it doesn't play the same as these 2 games, it replaces that for me because the main action is the same. So this actually, for me, I liked it more than both Takedo and First in Flight. I feel like this replaces that for me. It gives me the same itch of that turn order of trying to go as far, but then you can't go until you're the last player. Even though they do play differently, these 3 games are not related to each other altogether, but I really liked that aspect of it. And for me personally, it kind of scratches that itch for me to where I don't need these 2 anymore because this does that for me in a way that I enjoy more.
All right, listen, buckle up. I'm going to say some wild stuff here.
Hold on.
Click. I love Aqua Garden.
It's true.
I played this. Well, I was reading the rule book and I was like, again, I was just really impressed. I was like, this is very clear. I understand exactly what's going on here. I'm gonna really dig this. And within my first turn, I'm like, yep, I was right. This is amazing. This is so cool. I love this game. I cannot get enough of this game. I want everything there is to do with this game. I want all of the little fish meeples. I want all of the rondelle actions. I want all of the drafting track. I want everything about this game, and I want it all the time. I don't want to stop playing this game. I don't like playing games back to back. I just don't.
It's true.
I don't even like playing them within a month or two of each other. Even my very favorite games. Like, I don't know, you could say Castles of Burgundy is in my top 20 or something.
Yeah.
If I play it once a year, I'm like good. You know, I played online quite a bit too, and kind of like a rolling game of it on
Ryan
BGA.
really likes variety in his gameplay.
I would play this back to back. First of all, there's variety within it, and second of all, it's just that fun and that smooth and that quick. Man, I'm just very impressed with this thing. I like Aqua Garden a lot. I did not think I was going to like it this much. I knew I was going to like it. I did not think I was going to like it this much, though. I could see this being on, like, next time we make a top 100 games.
Oh my gosh, please don't even, like, say that.
Listen,
that
if you
so
a bunch
much
of you
work.
subscribe right
Oh my
now,
gosh.
and we get to 5,000 subscribers, we'll do another list.
I mean, we
What do you think?
would, but that's not going to happen. So I can say that because it's not going to happen. It's fine.
Just make it happen, people. If you want to hear me talk about this game some more, make it happen.
All right. So speaking of, don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out.
Thousands of you, subscribe, please.
We'll be doing a bunch of vlogs coming up as we're going to Gen Con, so you want to make sure to subscribe so you can see those as they come out. Until then, you can find us in all of these places.
You guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye. You guys, thanks so much for watching. This game was provided to us by a publisher in exchange for a fair and honest review.
And if you want to see more stuff, check out over here to see something we think you might like.
And over here, we think that YouTube has picked out a great video for you you're going to love. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.